it's 0.0282, but it's, I don't even trust this. I don't know what this is. I can't tell if it's strong or if it's weak. I can't see the decimal point on there. I'll just use mine. Anything below 10,000 chlorides, use weak silver, because your chlorides will be like you've seen. And see the difference, and I've seen on a lot of your notes, it says 0.25. I think it's because you're using the strong and you're coming up with 2,500 chlorides instead of what you're supposed to be coming up with. Because there's not any weak silver over there.
You're getting your brick red after just one drop. Strong
That's, yeah. There's no way to tell. That one drop out of a 10 cc pipette, okay, with strong silver nitrate, if you get a color change at one drop, you could have anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 chlorides, and you wouldn't even know it. But with the weak, I'm trying to get this on camera. With the weak, once you drop it in there slowly, it'll slowly start to change. You don't have to, there's your endpoint. You don't have to fill your pipette all the way up. And some of you guys probably realize this. Silver nitrate will turn your skin black. And it stays there for 4 days. And it's very embarrassing. And also, if you're tired and you're up all night, and you're pulling silver nitrate, especially the strong, out of a bottle, this can will happen. You'll suck it through the pipette into your mouth and all over your face. And then you'll have to explain to people why you have a discolored face. 700. 7 hash marks in a 10 cc pipette with weak silver nitrate. We went from, there's the full 10, there's at our 7. We're our third line up. Okay?
The reason strong you did 7, that was at 7,000?
If you did it with the strong,
0.7 would be.
That would have been less than one drop.
I'm just saying it took that much, the same amount.
Become ruined. The next one I checked is my calcium. I'll leave that on the side. Percent hardness, titrating solution. I use a 2 ml pipette. The reason being, it's easier to measure because they don't make a 3. For checking calcium, if they made a 3, they make our job a hell of a lot easier. But I use the 2 because every hash mark on here represents exactly 20 parts per million. Calcium is measured in total hardness. I just got a mouthful of percent hardness. Because my bottle's almost empty. That's my fault. Now, you're going to go from this pink color, and you're going to titrate to a, depending on how much calcium's in it, a bluish gray color. That's it. I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to reverse myself on that. Each hash mark actually represents 40 parts per million total hardness is measured in calcium. So that would give us an 80. 2 hash marks down.
So are you shaking that dish just to titrate it, or you just...
A 5 cc pipette for your PF and MF. Now, I have taken, because my phenolphthalein didn't turn bright pink when my filtrate didn't turn hot pink when I put phenolphthalein in. That's an indication to me, as a mud engineer, you're not going to find in the book that you have a low pH. What's the pH been running with this stuff?
Of what? Of phenolphthalein?
No, the pH of the filtrate.
Oh, that much?
10.3.
10.3?
But you won't see it unless it's 8.3, right?
Oh, with my strips, you go down to 7.5, but
You know what I'm talking about whenever you put your phenol in it.
the fact that it helps us save time, that it's the technology behind it hasn't developed as rapidly as our wanting to be lazy. Let's see. Got my 5 ml pipette, sulfuric acid, N50, right? Put a little in there. 1 drop will probably take away all the pink. And it did. We're going to add our Bronchosol green, or in y'all's case, methyl orange. See how it just went away? And MF, it's non-existent, which is fine. That's what you're looking for with this one right here is the difference between the 2 numbers. If your MF is 5 times greater than your PF, you have a carbonate problem or an influx of carbonates. Kind of like a big soda.
4 times greater, you said?
5 times. If your MF is 5 times greater than your PF, you have an influx of carbonates. And we know what pH is, right? Cation exchange capacity, CEC.
I don't know, tell us again. Maybe we don't.
The CEC, cation exchange capacity. The
That's
pH,
been the biggest debate in this class for the last week.
What's that?
Who tells how to get your CEC. Just check the pH.
Really,
So your CEC tells you nothing to do with your vent.
it's a fancy way of saying, hydraulic ions attach themselves to any living thing or dead thing in the world to measure the pH. It's the cation exchange capacity. It's a good way to get the compliment to shut up when he asks what pH is. Because if you say cation exchange capacity, he's going to be quiet because the other guys like to know everything. So what was it?
I don't know.
Cation exchange capacity.
MBT is also very inaccurate because the human eye perceives colors different ways. Have you guys run one of those yet? The MBT, methylene blue test?
A little bit.
It measures bentonite content. It's better at telling you that you have not enough than it is at telling you too much. As you see, most blood engineers will have to send that into a lab to get it checked anywhere for bentonite content. They have a much better way of doing it. To take a piece of Wattman filter paper and to put those small drops on there. I see gray, I see a line, he doesn't see a line, he sees blue, where do you stop? It's inaccurate, and it's only going to get you within, I wouldn't even say, it's not accurate. I never run one. If I have to question the bentonite content of my stuff, I have a hot shot into a lab in Houston. And every time I've run an MBT in the field, it has been way different than what that man with 5 doctorate degrees tells me it is. So I just go with what he says. And it's always a good thing, if it's in question, and you're being questioned by a company and your job's on the line, have the stuff sent off to 2 or 3 different independent labs. Most of the time, companies will not argue with independent lab tests, especially if it's a reputable chemist. Like you send it to Baker, send it to Bayreuth. Be careful with that too, because they're your competitors, unless you're going to work for them. Sometimes they'll send you some bunk garbage back on paper to make you look like an idiot because they're actively pursuing that customer. That'll happen. All right, so we've wrapped all these up. Rinse them out, dump on the ground. Transmission went really bad for the VG meter.
All right, but this what I don't get. How do you get a 600, 300 reading off of that? If it's like it's supposed to be, 600, 300's at the bottom, 200, 100's at the top, and 6 3's in the middle. So what's your